Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Wednesday, July 31st, and yesterday we saw that God is going to significantly judge the people in Jerusalem because of their sin, because they've defiled his temple, and he's saying, I am now leaving. I am leaving your presence. I'm not going to be in that temple anymore. So then we get to verse 13, and we're in chapter 5 of Ezekiel, verse 13, and it says, Thus shall my anger spend itself. I will vent my fury upon them and satisfy myself. And they shall know that I am the Lord, that I have spoken in my jealousy, when I spend my fury on them. Why is God jealous? He's jealous because the people that he created to love him, to choose to love him, have chosen not to love him. And if that doesn't describe our current culture in the United States, I don't know what does. We have so many people that are just not choosing God. They say they believe in God, but they have no faith in God. They are not following God. Verse 14, Moreover, I will make you a desolation and an object of reproach among the nations all around you, and in the sight of all who pass by. You shall be a reproach and a taunt, and a warning and a horror to the nations around you, when I execute judgments on you in anger and fury, with furious rebukes. I am the Lord, I have spoken. Okay, why does it say, I am the Lord, I have spoken? Because he is reiterating, he is telling them once again, I am the creator of the universe. I am the one that you should be worshiping. And yes, I have authority to judge you. I also have the authority to punish you. Verse 16, when I send against you the deadly arrows of famine, arrows for destruction, which I will send to destroy you, and when I bring more and more famine upon you and break your supply of bread, I will send famine and wild beasts against you, and they will rob you of your children. Pestilence and blood shall pass through you, and I will bring the sword upon you. I am the Lord, I have spoken. And remember, when God speaks it, it comes into being. God spoke words, and creation happened just at his word. The power of his word is so significant. When I got to the Apologetic Study Bible, I found a very interesting note, and I don't know that I would have put it together without this note. Ezekiel's three-part judgment formula, famine, plague, and sword, appears here for the first time and reoccurs in 6:11 and 12, in 7:15, in 12:16, and in 14:21. Remember that, famine, plague, and sword. Keep in mind, the number 3 points to the Trinity. Jeremiah frequently used the same formula. Both prophets used the formula to indicate that judgment would be severe and extensive, and the conditions would be based on the curses of the Mosaic covenant. You can look up that Mosaic covenant in Leviticus 26:29 and Deuteronomy 28:53-55. Now, in the ESV Study Bible, they had another cool note, and this is what it said. The statement about God's determination to carry out the judgment occurred 60 times in the book of Ezekiel. God keeps his word. Defy his word, and judgment will come. God has given you, let me get my Bible, this beautiful word. He's given it to you for guidance, for direction, and for correction. And we need to be willing to accept that correction if we're truly following him. So when I looked up the arrows of famine and the arrows of destruction, what I found is that the arrows of famine are poisoned. Those are arrows that have poison at the tip to kill people off. There's some kind of poison or toxin entering the body, or a lack of food supply. Destruction means it pierces and injures. And if it's on fire, it will arise, it will burn, it will cause things around that person to burst into flames. This is severe punishment. And why is that punishment coming? Because they've ignored his holy word. Let's not ignore it. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.